some of the signs that we will see just before the rapture takes place? How will we know the rapture is near? First and foremost, there aren't any specific signs for the rapture of the church. It is an imminent event that will take place without warning. However, an indication of how close the rapture of the church is would be looking through the lens of the second coming. By looking at the signs, of the second coming, we have a reference point. By looking at the signs of Jesus' return to earth, we can gauge how much closer the rapture must be. Hence, one of the greatest signs in modern history is the statehood of Israel. Without Israel being a nation, the Antichrist wouldn't be able to strengthen a future 7-year deal to protect them in their sovereignty. Then too, there's the profusion of war, famine, earthquakes, iniquity all over the world, unstable economic systems, and the proliferation of the gospel message of Jesus Christ. These are all precursors to the second coming. Yet another precursor has to be this current pandemic that is being used to shake the world for the coming Antichrist in his system. As such, we can clearly see that the birth pains that Jesus talked about are escalating in frequency. It can easily be said there has always been wars and earthquakes and famines, yet there are 3 significant things that have transpired that has set the stage like no other time in history for the final countdown to the Battle of Armageddon and the second coming of Jesus Christ. I mentioned earlier that the statehood of Israel is one of the signs that the dispensation of the church age is nearly over. It is believed that the Lord hinted at this fact while conversing with his disciples as recorded in the book of Matthew in chapter 24. And speaking to his disciples about Israel's restoration and of his coming back to reign on earth. Jesus indicated that one of the signs of his imminent return was when the fig tree blossoms. The fig tree is a biblical symbol of Israel. In the same text, Jesus stated that the generation that sees the end time events that he mentioned would not pass away until all these things take place. Let it be known that Israel became a nation in 1948. Since then, 72 years have passed since Israel was established and became a sovereign nation after wandering some 1900 years. Now you may wonder, why am I mentioning this? It is because of the word generation. Jewish history tells us that Moses wrote a psalm that could imply a generation could be anywhere from 70 to 80 years. This is found in Psalms chapter 90, verse 10. As for the days of our life, they contain 70 years, or if it's due strength, they get 80. Basically, a generation consists of a group of people born and living at the same time frame. This generation or lifespan is coming to an end. Again, if Jesus was referring to the group of people that began to see the culmination of things he mentioned, we can clearly see that the rebirth of Israel is where the clock started ticking. Another sign is the coronavirus, and what it is telling us is not so much about the pestilence that is brought this pandemic. Rather, it's the technological things that it has revealed to us, like an encroachment on people's freedom around the world. If I didn't know any better, I would be greatly concerned about my future and the future of my children. For instance, just look at how China is tracking people. They have developed a censorship apparatus against people. Surveillances have been used to push an unprecedented, extreme way of how China's government has enhanced its information control. Nothing like a good old pandemic, to control human like cattle. No doubt this trend will continue around the world because of the coronavirus. More than anything, it is a glimpse of what it will be like during the Antichrist reign. He will no doubt use some of these current technologies. We know for sure, according to the scripture, that there will be an enforceable requirement around the world that no one can buy or sell without having some type of mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And finally, another current situation that could erupt overnight is the situation in Syria. Bible prophecy experts are closely looking at this volatile situation. The facts that Russia is there could be scary, even eerie, because it is believed they are Ezekiel chapter 38 Gog, which will one day lead a Muslim confederation against the tiny nation of Israel. As one can see these things, not just shaping up, but they are shaped up. It is obvious that there is something holding back the sudden eruption of trouble like this world has never seen before. The Apostle Paul gave information on this as he talked about a restrainer in the 2nd chapter of 2 Thessalonians. In my next video, please join me as I take a look at who the restrainer is and how he is currently delaying the inevitable. Good day.